Well. It is Monday. Hello, everybody. Hello, Kat.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, what's up, Crypto? Coming in with the Prime sub. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. 3 months is crazy. Definitely appreciate the support. Hello, Razor. Hello, Blood. And hello, thing I've been working on the past couple days.
You have been really busy, but I am flipping loving this.
Yeah, thank you. Neo Tokyo is here. We got all the neon stuff. I could use more neon, but you know, we're working on it. We got our fusion reactors right here. Fusion Ha.
I love it.
You got it. You got to do the fusion Ha, right? Obviously. Yeah, this was a very uncomfortable project so far. You know, I plan on filling all these little like areas with different stalls and like, you know, different things being sold, stuff like that. So there's a lot more detail to come, but I feel better having the foundation in now, like the general vibe.
Yeah,
we got a second. Sorry, go ahead.
I was like, I love all of it. Like even the little touches of neon up the, you know, floor levels up here.
Yeah, and that was your idea. Like you gave me several really good ideas.
You pulled them off.
Yeah. And yes, Razor, we do have our second fusion ring. I was cooking up that over the weekend. So we're getting constant molten europium as long as we have neodymium. And then we got our constant helium and plasma as well. So next fusion ring will be a Mark II one for sure, which we'll get in ZPM. But yeah, we are cooking now, as the kids say, I believe. This is why your world got ignored. Yes, your plans to try to change the IP on me, so I would log into your world instead, unfortunately failed. So looking good, thank you. See some shader pics. Yeah, I was looking at stuff on my shader instance. I might even be able to pull that up later tonight, but yeah, it looks good with shaders, the complementary shaders as well. You can see like the neon kind of reflecting in like the window panes and stuff.
That's really cool.
Nice. Yeah.
I can't wait to see you do some of the other things that you talked about doing over here too. Like I'm so excited about this whole project.
There's so much to come, right? But yeah, we got a good start. And I think the pagoda feels like right at home, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like in the distance. Yeah, that I was a little unsure whether that would totally work, but yeah, I think it does. We got a nice good transition between the old and the new. And I'll probably go for like futuristic vibes from here on out when we're doing the rest of the base. I probably try to incorporate little, you know, Japanese aesthetics here and there, but yeah, we'll be definitely going for a different vibe in the future. More like this. So,
I think it fits with the more technological, futuristic stuff we're going to get into.
Yeah, for sure. So I've been doing this all weekend. What have you been up to, Kat?
Crocheting.
Kat's been crocheting. I remember like when we first met, that was like one of the first things I learned about you, was that you love to crochet. Mm-hmm. And I hadn't seen you do it in a while, so it's been fun to see you get back into it.
It's that time of year. I've been blowing up with requests to make scarves and sweaters and hats and all the things. So my docket is pretty full all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Or it already is crazy.
Dude, Blood.
Yeah.
Was Blood playing Pokemon too?
No. I told them during my solo stream that you were playing Pokemon.
Yeah. So yeah, I was told. I think it was Saturday. I spent all Saturday playing Pokemon. Yep. That was very nice, and I was watching Pokemon as I was playing.
You were vibing.
I was totally. That was like my completely chill day. And then yesterday, I started getting all the requests for all the things, and it was like, okay.
Now, which Pokemon were you playing? Red, right?
Yeah, I was playing Fiery Red, so it's the new-ish red version.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that one was originally black and white when it first came out, right? Wasn't it one of the first ones, or no? I could be wrong.
One of the first ones? No, the very first ones that came out were red and blue.
Okay, right.
And then there was yellow. Yeah, Razor is like, it was red. Yeah. He did not really get into the Pokemon stuff when it
No.
first came out, but I was one of like the OG players. Like I was sneaking my Game Boy to school and playing with the trading cards and all that stuff.
I wish I had in retrospect, but no, it just
Oh
wasn't
my
my
gosh.
thing. Yeah. By the way, step in here. Other changes.
Oh yeah,
We got
this,
our
I forgot you did this.
we got our server room now.
I just love this.
Thank you for the suggestion of the fans,
Oh, you're welcome.
which I had on the ends initially, but
Well, yeah.
then I literally watched a Linus Tech Tips video where they had gotten some cooling stations donated to them, and they're like cooling towers, and they said they're supposed to go like in between server racks, and I was like, oh,
Yep.
okay. So I immediately changed it to them being
this-
like this. So yeah,
This
yeah.
reminds me of my dad's old setup. That's why when I came in here, like he just had like some of these, and then I think you had oh god, scaffolding here?
Yeah, and I kept
what
the
you usually
scaffolding
had?
kind of on the ends here. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And the scaffolding does like add a good feel for like the server racks,
Mhm.
but this like totally made me think about my dad's old setup.
Yeah, and by the way, this is Block of Naquata. So yes, I did
Oh
I
my
did world
gosh.
edit that in, but we're not using it for progression. We're building anything or
Oh,
making anything,
okay.
so we're fine. We're fine. By the way, this is all on a subnet, the blue here. So got two IMI controllers here with some dense cable, and then that's connected via subnet. And this is just priority 0 storage bus on here. And then we got Cyan, which is the main network. So
That's nice. Heyo, brochacho.
Brochacho. Been a while. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Your fans which malfunction randomly. It looks nice if some randomly don't work. Oh, that might be a good. That could be really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, do they have these that
I believe there is a chisel that fan that like isn't moving. I think.
Well,
And
then,
malfunctioning,
Yeah,
yeah.
you totally do that. Just like maybe one here and there.
Oh yeah, that is kind of cool. Yeah. Yeah, good call.
Oh yeah, that is nice. Love
Yeah,
it.
very cool.
Great suggestion.
Been pretty busy with work and moving. Oh gosh, yeah, that sounds really stressful. Moving is always so stressful.
Yeah.
The Golem tank
Hopefully it's
model.
like-
Oh, cool. I'm glad you're still working on that. Sorry, Kat. What?
Oh no, you're fine. I was just saying, hopefully it's not like a super bad move, like, moving up like 6 flights of stairs or something
gosh,
crazy
yeah,
like
dude.
that.
So we're actually using the pagoda now, which is nice. And I've got this elevator installed. Can go
I'm
up.
so glad that this is actually a thing now.
I know, me too. This was kind of like another little hallmark of shame for our world was the fact that I wasn't using this thing. But yeah, we got all the interior, we got all the ceilings done for all the floors now. I decided to
love
put the
the
quantum
ceiling.
rings here, so because I figure we'll probably have some more over time.
I could see that.
And by the way, I learned something very important. If anybody uses these, don't connect your subnet P2P network with it, because you'll have all kinds of problems. We were having problems with our subnet P2P. Anytime I added cable to it, it would just immediately break for a couple seconds, like 10 seconds. Yeah, just send your main network through it and you'll be fine. So yeah, big mistake. I've been trying to diagnose that problem for so long. Finally figured it out. Yeah, we'll have more of these here. You moved 3,000 miles. Oh my God.
That is insane, Brachacho. I'm sorry, but I hope you love the new place. And Razor says, if B says too humid, do I need to use water or sand to get it to normal? You want to throw it in with some sand.
Yeah, I always get confused about that too. Is it the opposite of
Oh, no,
what I'm thinking?
no.
No,
hold
water,
on.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, like
yeah, it's
I'm
supposed to,
having
water.
I'm totally
Yeah.
having it backwards in my mind. Like,
Yeah, just do the wax capsules and fill them with water, because the capsule will get consumed. But yeah.
have I shown you? feet.
Yeah, there you go.
Did I show y'all how I set that up with the
World
wax
Accelerator?
capsules in the water?
Oh, yeah.
Because like that's one of the things that I got automated before. Oh yeah, I did start working on that that tutorial video on how I did my alveary automation stuff. I just need to
Okay.
finish it.
Oh, yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
right.
so I have the water like meeting up with these capsules. I have the capsules like automatically being made, and then they go in over here with the bottler, and I put them into an oak drawer, and then that feeds right into this doodad, the acclimatizer.
Yeah, up damp. Yeah. And World Accelerators next to the acclimatizers is very, very handy, by the way. Make sure they're in tile entity mode. But yeah,
Yes. No,
heats
those.
it up a whole lot.
Yeah, those are so helpful. And thank you, Greg, for catching that.
Yeah.
Totally messed that up. So my bad.
Rachacho says, didn't bring much with me, so move wasn't too bad. That's good. At least. That helps a ton.
So did you move for work, Brachacho?
And Crypto says, Vin over here flexing his Naquata stash. Well, no. My Naquata stash is right here. 70k Naquadine dust. I'm not doing too bad at the moment. We could get that to go a little faster, but because we've got 1.4 mil oxide mixture dust to still go through, which is crazy. So we'll ramp that up soon. Let's see. Work remote, so I figured it could go anywhere. Might as well go as far as I can. Hey.
Very nice.
Well, I hope it all works out well for you. Over the weekend, by the way, we did go from 4 to 5 assembly lines, and we did make all of them 16 long. So we're not limited by length anymore as far as the recipe goes. We can, do basically any recipe. I did change it so that 4 of them had room for our ZPM components, which we're going to make today. And then this 5th one over here on the right just has kind of like the miscellaneous stuff that doesn't need to really be parallelized as much. So we got that going. We got the second fusion reactor going like we were talking about before. On my stream, I also did do the second part of Naquata line. So that's what gets us Naquadria, which is used in other recipes. Technically something you don't have to do until ZPM because it is a ZPM quest, but it's this part of the line right here, the top left. Oh, we already did it. Figured why not? Because we had already mapped out stuff. And the third part is already mapped out over here as well. So we can kind of keep it all self-contained. Here's our second neutron activator.
So what are we waiting on to get to ZPM now?
Yes. So this was a big conundrum, I believe, at the end of our last stream, which was, do you remember when I tried to make the Petri dish with the mutagen? And it's only a 15% chance to try to make this thing. But if you make it, it's easier to make more mutagen with this thing in the bacterial vat. But we did not get it. So instead of keeping, trying, gambling at it again, I just decided to go ahead and make the 1 million bacterial sludge that was required in order to make 10 cells of mutagen. So what we're referring to is this final quest here in LuV, where you need 10 mutagen cells. And this stuff is very hard to get. Like, you have to put it through a brewery, and you have to then put it through a fermenter, and then you put it through distillery as well. And the ratio is like 1 to 100. So you need so much bacterial sludge. But with the bacterial vat and this petri dish here, we're able to convert mysterious dust, which we were getting from Enceladus, into mutagen directly. And we also figured out a way to automate this. So all we had to do was do a wireless detector cover, make sure that this tank was already, the fluid threshold was always half full, so 64 out of 128. And then you put an advanced redstone receiver internal in here on the same frequency. And then you put a fluid regulator. So the redstone receiver sends a redstone signal to the fluid regulator whenever it's time to, get some out of here. So it always keeps it full at exactly 64,000, which is perfect, right? Dude, Tell. Dude, Tell, you've been supporting us for so long. Thank you so much for that.
It really is so crazy seeing, 5 months and thinking, wow.
It is crazy.
We've been doing this for 5 months.
It doesn't feel like it.
Oh, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah, thank you. Also, hope you're doing well. Good to see you here. Yeah, so we got the 1,000,000 bacterial sludge. I did all the processing off stream. Put it through the brewery. We got an IV brewery here. Blah 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 blah. And dun da da dum. 10k liters of mutagen. And we'll just go ahead and click it. We'll go ahead and get it. Mutating things is cool. And with that, we are 100% complete on LuV. There's our little check mark right there.
Awesome.
So, really, LuV, I feel like we were here less than a month, maybe? Like, it actually wasn't too crazy of a tier.
No, I feel like we went through that one pretty fast.
Yeah, it's definitely faster than IV. Because IV, might as well be like your infrastructure check tier, essentially. While LuV is like, well, you got the infrastructure, now you can just kind of coast, which is basically what we did. Doing good, just finishing up work for slacking for the rest of the night. Hey, that sounds good.
That sounds very nice.
All right, so hello ZPM. ZPM Machine Hall, let's do it. Oh, by the way, I am reminded of the fact that to complete one of those LuV quests, we did have to make a UV hull. I think it was for the plasma turbine. Let's make sure we get that recipe out of here, because we're not supposed to make that thing. But I really wanted to complete the quest, so. Put our mutagen cells away. Go ahead and do a recipe for the ZPM Machine Hall. There we go. Dude, what's this spooky music? This is not the vibe I'm looking for. There we go. This is happy times. We're getting into ZPM. All right, we'll put that in assembler, circuit 0. Holy
Whoa.
shit.
What just happened?
Dude, Razor.
Thank you so much, Razor.
Razor gifting a sub to Gothnyaka, Mystic142, Hypnos Awakens, Patty, Liquid Pengu. Thank you so much, Razor. That's an insane amount of support.
Yeah, majorly appreciate that. Thank you so much, Razor. I can't believe we are like catching up to where we left, like the furthest we've gone before.
Oh, I know. Yeah, we're basically, I think we made Tritanium in ZPM, and I think that was about it. Also, Kinsey, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
And thank you again, Razor. That was totally unnecessary, but we really appreciate it. What was I gonna say? Of course you don't know. What were we talking about?
I said that I can't believe that we are getting to ZPM and caught up to where the furthest we've gone before.
Yeah, so the thing that we were stopped at, we actually made a Fusion Mark II reactor back in a previous playthrough. We started making Tritanium, because that is not too hard. It's just, radon and duranium, which you can get through another fusion recipe. But what we were not able to do, which we've covered before, was make Americium. And that was because of, I can find it, jeez. Lutetium, yeah. But we're basically like, I don't think you've made the Lutetium B yet, but you're able to pretty easily at this point. Because we did get
I definitely need to get on that though.
Because we did get some Lutetium from an IC2 reactor, like way back in like EV, I think. So need your Greg dose? Hey, I totally understand. Welcome to the stream. Can't believe it's not butter. Is that still a product? Sure it is. But yeah, we'll be getting to that very soon.
Ever.
You've never had it before?
No. I said I haven't seen that in forever. I can't believe it's not butter. My mom used to love that stuff. She'd buy it all the time.
It was pretty good. Probably terrible for you, but
probably.
All right, so let us make our first ZPM hull. Kat, what is your plan today, by the way? What are you getting into?
Well, I just made the Saturn B.
Oh, which is like one away from like Enceladus is next, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Enceladus makes what now? Or what do we get after Enceladus?
After Enceladus, we can get the Trinium and the mysterious crystal bee. So you still want the mysterious crystal bee, right?
Yeah, we will need a ton of that for the bacterial vat later on, especially.
Okay. Well, then I'll go ahead and make both of those.
If I recall from what I've seen, that is actually going to be key to making our, I think it's like biocircuits or something that we'll have to make eventually with like growth medium. And to make that the bacterial vat, mysterious powder is like a pretty key ingredient. So the B will be very helpful with that. And then obviously Trinium B, because we're going to need a ton of Trinium going forward. That's used for like Naquata alloy, which is like one of the basic building blocks of making our ZPM components. Yeah, if you look at like the ZPM motor, for example, you need europium. It's like 24 ingots of europium per motor. And then there's like all these other like Naquata alloy parts. And you'll notice the same pattern for like the pumps, the conveyor belts, etc. Like, need so much Naquata alloy. And with Naquata alloy, that is Naquata dust and then Trinium dust as well. Also, we have to make Trinium coils, which hopefully we're going to do that today as well. I really want to get to that. And then you need Trinium to make the coil after that, which is the coil that we're going for the Mega EBF. But
now, how did we get Trinium before? Because I know we didn't have the B.
Yeah, so we are getting Trinium. It is a small ore that we were mainly getting from, oh gosh, where was it? I want to say Mercury, possibly. I can't quite remember. I think it might have been Mercury. But anyway, so you're not able to get it from like a main ore, I think, until tier 6 rocket. Let's see.
Okay.
Or there's deep iron. Let's see, deep iron. Oh, we actually are getting deep iron right now. So I did put miners on Oberon, which are running right now, I believe. So we actually should be getting more Trinium, but there you go. Let's see. Let's get that ZPM machine hull. And boom. We are rocking and rolling in ZPM.
Woohoo!
Oh, yeah. Now, one thing that I did do as well between streams is I did go ahead and scan all of the stuff that we needed for the various ZPM components. Now, the only thing that I didn't do is I need to make copies of these data sticks. Let me see if I can do that without... like, I think last time I tried to do this, I accidentally ate one of them.
One of them?
Well, I did it the wrong way, where like the data stick that I was trying to copy ended up being consumed instead.
Oh,
by accident. Okay, so I think what you're supposed to do is put the one you're trying to copy right here in the corner, and then you put these data sticks in there. Yeah. I think I did it the opposite way, and it totally screwed things up. Yeah, we got it now. So we'll go put these in our ooh, not there. We'll go put these in our 4 assembly lines. I'm definitely looking forward to looking into that Tech. I don't even know what it's called, but it's like a data bank. I think that's what it's called, data bank, where you can like put all of these sticks in one place and then connect via cable to the different assembly lines. That way you don't have to worry about like limited data hatch storage, etc. It'd be interesting to learn. That and the lasers both. Yes, data bank. Okay, yeah.
I cannot wait for lasers because that really was so cool seeing.
It is very cool, and especially in the next version of GTNH, which is supposed to go into beta soon. But in the next version, there's this block. I don't know what it's called, but it basically acts like a mirror, and it lets you move your lasers like vertically. Or like bounce them up in like vertical, because before it was very difficult. Like I think you had to make like a separate whole like transformer box or something like that to change the direction of the laser, which is very, very annoying, like very costly as well, which is why a lot of people in the later game, like if they haven't been already, they make their worlds flat so that the lasers never have to like go a different vertical direction. But now it's gonna be much, much easier apparently. So very nice quality of life. Lots of really good quality of life coming up. Okay. I'm going to be very...
Says, any direction change required an active transformer.
Yeah. Very, very annoying. In fact, that's why we picked a flat Y level for like Neo Tokyo. I mean, it's easier to build that way as well, but that's why we chose Y level 71. I mean, we might still just build flat anyway. But we don't necessarily have to. It's very nice. Okay. That's everything. I'm just going to keep putting the rest of these data sticks in here. We'll check in on Kat, see what she's doing.
Acclimatizing.
Have you with all of these planet bees, have you run into any fertility problems, or has it always been at least 2 fertility?
It's been at least 2, so that's been like a big blessing.
That is very big, yeah.
That's like the one thing that really annoys me with the bee breeding is once you get past like basic bees, they pretty much always throw 1 times fertility, and you're like, really?
Yep. Why would you do this?
Just to be mean, just to be Greg.
Apparently. Now, I actually don't have any of the recipes for these things in here. Let's get that going real quick. Let's at least get a motor first. We probably are going to have to program some of this Naquata alloy stuff, especially, but let me get my my big boy pattern terminal. There we go. That's line 1. Let's see if we can request that. Oh, yep, we're missing all the things. All right. Of course.
Lovely.
All right, forge hammer. Wish they opened up wireless power a bit earlier. I was wondering when that does open up. It's UEV then. Okay. Yeah, I've never looked at any of that stuff before. I'd be curious. I almost wanted to invest in the Tesla coil, but it looked like a big pain for like the receivers for that, so I did not get into that, but that would have been really interesting. You know what? Let's go partition a space for Naquata alloy. Molten or network. I'm trying to get in the habit of using the ME fluid cells a little more. Sure, no fluid goes to waste. Burning seemed to, yeah. Burning was really into it, which was cool. It was really cool to see. Actually, do I even have a fluid solidifier for rubber rounds? I don't think or rounds in general. I don't think I do. Hold on. No, we don't. Okay. Although, you know what we could do? Change of plans.
Blood says, I want to do a Tesla. I don't care how expensive it looks. Lol.
I mean, it definitely looks very fun. I mean,
I don't think I've seen a Tesla.
it's like literally electrical sparks everywhere in the air.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, definitely. I was gonna say if, but when we do another playthrough, I think we gotta check out the Tesla coil.
Wait, no, now that you're talking about it, I swear I have seen someone do that in their build. I just don't remember who it was.
Like Tell said, Burning was, he did do one.
Maybe it was Burning.
It could have been, yeah. Okay. Yeah, instead, we're just gonna convert ingots into nuggets and then put the nuggets in the lathe. Get the rounds that way. All right, and then we got rings. And then Europium fine wire. This was one main reason why I wanted to get a second fusion reactor dedicated to Europium, was so that we could make sure we had plenty of that stuff for the motors. What's up?
I was laughing at Sean. Sean says, geesh, Warden hasn't dropped off a fish for my avatar in a while, starving in the penitentiary.
I mean, I'm a very benevolent warden. I think we can arrange that. Normally, I don't give in to prisoner demands. However, this is acceptable. Oh, thanks for the egg, Crypto.
And Crypto asks if the range is
There you
fixed on the Tesla coil yet.
Oh, I don't know. Oops.
Yeah, I don't think he wants the fish.
Apparently not. No. Sorry, puffer fish is all we got, so beggars can't be choosers.
You can put it in your crafting grid and it'll turn into regular fish.
Nope, too late.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Europium fine wire. All right. ZPM motor. Go. Ah, no. Quad alloy rod. Okay. Now we craft. Gonna work on it after I upgrade to nitrobenzene. Oh, nitrobenzene is such a huge quality of life upgrade. Make sure you have plenty of ammonia. That's definitely the biggest hurdle when you're doing nitrobenzene. All right, there we go. First ZPM motor. Oh yeah. And honestly, ZPM should be an even shorter chapter than LuV. It's just kind of how it goes. All right, I guess we should get the rest of these things here. Oh, I do need to. got recipes to program in here. What am I doing? We'll do styrene butadiene. I like using this stuff whenever we can. Alright, here's our pump. Plates, screws, and rotors. We can do that. I was going to do this stuff off stream as well, but, you know, can't do everything off stream. That's boring.
Don't be one of those streamers.
I know, right? Yeah. Cat's arch nemesis. People who do everything off stream. Look, some things just are not entertaining, okay? Get lathe. And then rotor. And then I probably need to do bolt as well. Yeah. Yum, pufferfish. A China delight. Wait, is it really? I wouldn't know. Just looking at the pufferfish, it looks very inedible, but maybe it's not.
I think some parts of it are poisonous.
That's what I was thinking too, but
I know they have it. They have sushi made of that.
oh, do they really? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's cool. Hive can do a rewire stream, then nothing is born. That's like half of the Hive streams, okay? Yeah. Gotta get done. We gotta put new hatches on, guys.
Oh, a problem with the power.
Gotta get done. Problem? No, they don't have problems with power.
Yeah, I think it's mainly the.
They used to, but I think really ever since they got the large Essentia generators, I think. And then there's like that crazy thing that holds like 256 eggs, or the dragon eggs on it.
Oh, wow.
Like they're.
See, I haven't seen that.
It seems like they're swimming in power these days. Got the wrong way. Very poisonous. Ooh. Fugu. Okay. Good to know. Maybe we'll have a pufferfish cart over here. A fugu cart. Oh, by the
You
way.
need your own risk.
So, yeah, right. So, on my solo stream, toward the end of it, I was like, hey guys, is there anything that's like chisels and bits in this? And I thought the answer was going to be no, but apparently there is. And it's, what is it called? Little tiles. And you're able to do literally like pixel by pixel. So I did try my hand at a little bit of Japanese kanji. And I think especially from a distance, like it looks pretty good. I think it turns out well. This like took me between 10 and 15 minutes though, just to do this one sign. And that's only one side of the sign as well. So it's going to be a process. I definitely have my work cut out for me. But this says books for sale, or at least that's what Google Translate told me. So I have a little bookseller over here. Should be good. Andre, very good. Thank you. Yeah, no, this is a fantastic tool for doing exactly this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had no idea. Dude, I mean, you could get lost in the little tiles world so easily, trying to detail everything.
I bet.
I know
But it's so great that we have that available.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, I feel like there was a playthrough that you and I did, Kat, and like another mod pack that had chisels and bits, and I think I just had to like stop myself after a while from using those things. It might have been a solo world, I'm not sure, but you could just go so far down the rabbit hole. I think they'd be very dangerous for you.
Oh, yeah. No, I need to stay away. Tell says, I will say, don't put the little tiles in your ME system.
Oh, very good to know. Okay. Right on. very easily might have done that at some point.
What happens if you do that?
What happens if you touch the stove? Cat says. I would assume something breaks or a drive corrupts or maybe even worse than that. Same as eating a puffer fish prepared wrong. Touche. Oh, yo, Elemental Wolf from YouTube chat. I don't know how long ago you said that, but hello. Good to see you. Are you laughing at me?
No.
Okay. So you're making fun of me for not paying attention to YouTube chat again?
I wouldn't do that.
You would never do that, yeah. Eddie and Waffle had to play through Omnifactory and their system got full of a bunch of little tiles and things started crawling. Oh, okay.
What?
They're accessing the army system. It just made everything just like go super slow then.
That's crazy that it would do that.
Yeah.
Well, thankfully we had Tell advise us not to do that. That will not be an issue.
Dude, that would have been a very annoying problem to fix. Or to diagnose, rather.
Yeah.
Kind of like my P2P subnet through a quantum link. How long did that take me to diagnose? I think we'd had it like that since EV, possibly. Maybe IV. But it's destroying bytes. Yeah, exactly. All right. We are chugging through these ZPM parts. All right. Piston. We need small gears. Okay. Easy enough. Pick up one of the little tiles and do IIH on it. IIH. I've never seen that command before. Okay. Hold on, let me get rid of Cat's pip window and then forget to turn it back on in a second. Okay. Well, I don't know what I'm looking at. Is that bad? Is that a lot of data? I have no idea.
The item in BT.
Size X 1B meta 1 block chisel qubit size E 1B TID block tile block size 1B B size 0. As you use them, it piles up. Okay. Well, my takeaway from this discussion is keep them in my backpack. Or in my little, literally called little container. Yeah. I still don't understand how to get them out of here. Like, you can get an entire block out of here. But beyond that, yeah. That's okay. The bit bag, exactly. All right, let's get our piston, and then we got to get our robot arm, and then we're good to go. Next, we'll be making the ZPM assembler. Which I do already have. Oh, no, I don't. I was going to make a little area for it. It's like a little temporary area. So I was going to put a ludicrous transformer. Then we'll change it to transform up. And then we'll just be able to run our single block temporarily until we get a ZPM energy hatch, and then we can put that over here on our precise assembler. Then we won't need this anymore. Let's see. LuV superconductor. Here we go. Oh yeah, Greg T, I saw you were having some issues with witchery. You haven't done any witchery boss, have you, Kat?
Mm-mm.
I didn't think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I was very curious when I saw Greg's comment.
Yeah.
Like, do tell more.
Because you wanted to finish witchery, I think.
Oh, heck yes, I do.
Alrighty.
I went as far as making the comma. I can't say that word.
Comma?
The comma of voluminous pockets or something like
voluminous?
that. Thank you. I knew I wasn't saying it right. I was like, I'm like
Sorry.
totally freaking out trying to say it.
I'm not laughing. Okay.
And that's about as far as I got, was making that so I could start taking goodies to my witch world.
Which is a really handy tip, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Nova says, figured out the plan for this week. Upgrade to pushing out IV power everywhere. Upgrade EBFs to IV, get most machines to EV, and get that LSC built with IV capacitors. Want to bring that tungsten recipe down from 400 seconds. Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah, that LSC is really going to be game changing for your power setup. Looking forward to seeing you get that set up. Okay, hold on. I gotta figure out what circuits I want to use here. So we're still using quantum processors there. And then we want nano processors. And nano computers. Okay. It's so funny. Sometimes it won't show all the circuits. Like it won't let you shift scroll wheel. Like it'll let you shift scroll wheel, but it won't show you every type of circuit for some reason. And it seems kind of random. Which ones it'll show and which ones it won't. Very weird. But there we go. We got it. 2 of the controller blocks now. Power substation for EV. Yeah, I mean, we're using, like, see if I can get this going. All right, there we go. We have like 5 or 6 LSC. Now, I don't know if everyone would necessarily recommend this, but like it's worked really well for us. So we've got our main LSC here. It's pretty much where all the power is going at the moment. And then I just send it off to various parts of the base where they sort of have like sub LSCs. Now the really nice thing about this is that if I have to cut off power to the main LSC to like, upgrade a capacitor, like sometimes you got to turn this thing off, right? A lot of times you can replace a casing with a hatch without turning it off if you do it quick enough. But if you're going to mess with the glass, you can fix it. It's not that big of a deal. But it's weird. All right, so once we get our robot arm, what are we going to do next? Yeah, we're going to make the assembly machine. It shouldn't be too bad. ZPM. Do we have any ZPM circuits right now? We have 2 exactly. is not enough. Yeah, I'll have to make some more. I did both directions till, and it still, yeah, I had the same problem. Very strange. Your page up, down on scroll wheel is multiple pages, I'm guessing. I mean, here it's showing more types than it is over here. Like here, it's only showing 4 types. Here it's showing like 6 types. Or even 7 types. So it's totally not skipping any right here, you know? But then, definitely skipping some here. There's got to be something else going on. Oh well. Robot arm, and there we go. Quest complete. Time to get that assembling machine now. Let's see. Let's go ahead and craft this other stuff. Something is amiss, indeed. How you doing, Kat? How's the Saturn B looking?
It's coming along. I'm just making some drones of it right now.
Okay, cool. Ooh, it's all shiny.
It is all shiny. Several of them are very shiny. Once I get some drones of this, I'm gonna work on the Enceladus.
Dude, Trinium B is totally happening tonight. I'm super stoked about that. I might leave the server running overnight. So while we're waiting on that craft, I was going to show. So there are a couple other floors of the pagoda. So yeah, we got our storage drives here, which we showed earlier. We got our quantum links here, which room will probably fill up with that eventually. And then I was going to put crafting CPUs here. I don't know how many crafting CPUs we're ultimately going to want, or how big they'll need to be. Hopefully this room will be big enough for them.
Oh, wow. Hell says I've officially eclipsed Diddy in progression. Really?
Yeah, they haven't gotten tier 5 rocket yet.
Oh.
I think they were going to do that tomorrow, though.
That's quite a great song to request, Sean. He's requested.
Oh, Drops of Jupiter. I will
Jupiter.
totally. I'm all over that. I'll do that in just a second. But Diddy has gotten into Gendustry and apiaries, so.
Yeah, and I had hoped I would be getting into those today, but with the sudden craziness that happened, because I was like, Sunday I'm going to sit down and I'm going to watch Diddy's videos, and I'm going to try and remember how to use the industrial apiary and figure out how to use the Gendustry stuff. It didn't happen. I tried sitting down like an hour before stream tonight to watch his videos, and my eyes glazed over, and I was like, this is like a whole other language to me right now.
Yeah.
I can't process it. I'm just
Save
so
that for later.
fried. Yeah.
There we go. Abridged. It's actually been a really long time since I play that in my cover band occasionally, but it's been
really?
probably 5 to 10 years somewhere in there since I last listened to that song. So it could have, morphed and mutated into something else at some point. I'm not quite sure. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you.
And Razor says, what attributes do I want on my bees in an industrial apiary? The only thing that I remember Diddy said was you want shortest lifespan.
Yep. But I think everything else can stay the same as far as I remember.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Sendical, what's up? Beautiful piano angel thumb. Yeah, thank you. Oh, by the way, anybody who just joined, check out our new Neo Tokyo. We are, it's still a work in progress, but finally we don't have any more, single block, huge
Black
towers of shame. Yeah. This is in a very shameful state this time last week. But yeah, we got our,
it just looks so cool.
we got our auto crafting in here, as it has been. Then we got our ore processing in here as well. And then we'll eventually come out here, cross the river, go to the other side. I think I want to do the space elevators over there. I think that would look really cool from over here, looking across the river and seeing them over there. Music for the bee and the bee drops. Exactly. If only she had been working on the Jupiter bee instead of the Saturn bee. So close.
Well, I'm working towards Enceladus, and that is a moon of Jupiter, right?
No, I think it's a Saturn moon. But
Oh, darn.
Close
I
enough.
tried.
That's fine.
I tried.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we got everything except for those ZPM circuits now. So we'll get on that. We'll be able to make our assembler machine. Let's take a look at our little list here. Yeah, so basically I want to move crafting CPUs and molecular assembler stuff. Yeah, I could actually see us getting Fusion Reactor Mark II like in the next day or two.
Oh, wow.
It's not too crazy compared to the Mark I, if I recall. You do have to make fusion machine casing. Yeah, that's easy. That's not a big deal. The controller block is, yeah, these PPIC wafers are a bit of a pain. Even in ZPM, they take 60 seconds. Thankfully, we do have our quad LCR, so I should make pretty quick work of those. Then you got the NPIC wafers. These do take a while as well. Yeah, 90 seconds at LuV. However, one other thing that I did that I didn't mention before is we now have a quad laser engraver. And these NPIC wafers are made with ruby lens. Well, guess what I put in the middle? I put the ruby lens in the middle. So we'll be able to make use of all four for making those, and shouldn't take any time at all. So I think infrastructure wise, we're like I feel way better prepared than our last playthrough for this particular part of the game. We should be in very good shape. Oh, is it making crystal processors for ZPMs? Oh, okay, that's fine. It's not what I meant to do, but we're still trying to make quantums for ZPMs, but crystal's fine. Were you gonna say something?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Just want to make sure. I'm yapping over here.
Oh, you're fine. I'm just doing like monotonous things.
You should totally use the self-feed thing.
I should.
You know I'm right. Yeah.
And I did just repair my frame.
Yeah, Sean, the fusion reactors are mainly used to craft like different types of plasmas and stuff. So here we're making helium plasma, here we're making molten europium. You actually need, and then europium is like one of the main materials used for the ZPM components. And then when we get the Mark II, we'll be using that to make tritanium and americium. Now, americium is used for like a lot of UV stuff the next year. Like, look at this. You need 6 stacks of americium wire to make 1 motor. That's like 48 ingots of americium, which is pretty crazy. Now, I've heard that some people will use certain fusion reactors, I'm not sure which ones, to like do stuff on autocraft at some point. But really, at the point of the game we're at right now, we want to set things on passive here. Because if we look at the americium, yeah, 16 liters, which is like what, 1/8 of an ingot, takes 4.8 seconds. This is very, very slow. You got to passive this. Like, you probably, like, you might even want 2 Mark II fusion reactors just making this stuff. At least for a while. I know there are better ways to make it later. All right, let's see. All right, just waiting on a few more crystals. I think I'm gonna go make a decaf cup of coffee real quick. Do you need anything, Kat?
No, I'll get up in a minute. Thank you very much.
You're back.
Well, good timing because I have just finished making plenty of drones for Saturn. Let's see. I was blonde and I forgot to set a waypoint for Enceladus, so I'm gonna have to fly back there. Let's see, we've got Saturn. I just need chrome. I've got chrome in here. Pop these back in here. I don't need all these with me. I don't remember what rocket I need to take there. Tier 5.
Oh, that's right. You got to go there.
Yeah, I was such a blonde, forgot to set that waypoint.
You didn't? I thought you did. Are you sure?
No, I'm pretty sure.
Because you were just asking me if the waypoint would still work if I deleted the dim folder.
Huh. Well, let's try this then. Goes back in here. Pop that up.
Like, isn't there there's a command where you can like see all of your home points that you've made, like in list form in the chat? I don't remember what that command is. Does anybody know?